Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame. I hope y'all are having a wonderful Friday and a great start to the weekend, whether you have to work or not. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into this review. I'm not gonna hold you long, I'm not gonna be before you long. But anyway, so this episode started out with Taj and Lily talking, and Taj has this idea of a collaboration with Salt and Pepper. Now, it does make sense. But at the same time, you have to think, is Coco gonna be on board? So I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna work out too well. So anyway, all the group members of SWV show up to the venue where they are going to perform in order to, actually rehearse. And before they even go inside to the rehearsal space, they're greeted by their tour manager, and he was like, yeah, so I talked to, old boy, and he was like, he wants y'all to do right here, that's an SWV song. And so they looking like, y'all just sat up here and said, we gonna do a whole tour, then y'all demoted us to spot dates, and just this one song, which is Weak, which is like our greatest, biggest hit. And now you want to add another song? Like, Coco in the little confessional was like, more money, please. But that's crazy. Like, he's talking about, like, right here, right now. Like, nobody has practiced anything. The only thing that has ever even been practiced since they have been trying to do this is the one song and the little, I was about to say two-step, be shady, but I'm not gonna do that. But the only thing that has been practiced is what we saw when they were in Dallas. So it's like, what you talking about? Ain't nobody ready for none of that. They have to rehearse. Like, just like they didn't want to go up there and look a complete fool without practicing at least a little bit, they wouldn't want to go out there and look a fool either. So I can completely understand that. So they're going to go ahead and go on the inside and see what it's hitting for. So what has happened is Salt and Pepper had a meet and greet. And that's how a lot of people, do anyway. It's a little bit more intimate, and you can get a little bit more money out of people on top of what you're already getting from them. But, it actually is more of a chance for you to be able to get some one-on-one time with the artists. So that's what they've been doing for however long. And Pepper was saying that, she lives to do these things. She really likes how her meet and greets go and how the people are, how the fans are. So they had a meet and greet. And while they were getting ready to perform, well, the stage was basically getting ready, in all honesty. They sat up there, and Taj's sister, she came to the Dallas show. So with her coming to the Dallas show, she actually recorded the whole performance. And so nobody had seen what they looked like before. So they end up showing it to Salt. Salt ends up watching it. She was like, oh my gosh. So basically what has happened is everybody messed up the moves except Pepper and Coco. Now you would think Coco, being the only one who was not at all the rehearsals, who wasn't at the meetings, you would think she'll be the one who messed up. No, she got everything right. And Pepper is kind of a perfectionist, but yeah. Salt, she messed up a whole lot. Like, it kills me because y'all sat up there red different filth, and y'all was messing up some terrible. Well, you, you Salt. let's you. So Salt and Pepper went out and started performing, and Jimmy, who is Salt and Pepper's manager or whatever, he rolled up on SWV like, y'all gonna do right here tonight. Y'all gonna do right here tonight. Oh, okay, y'all gonna do that. And they looking at him like, nah. Taj was like, no, not tonight. And I'm just like, girl, you should have just told him, like, we ain't doing that. Y'all need to hand us some money. Because y'all want everything and then some on a silver platter, but y'all don't want to actually offer up nothing that we actually are interested in. Y'all just want us to do more work for the same pay and still look at us sideways after we have basically proven ourselves. Coco has shown up so far, but like I said before in another review, that was one show. she's at this one, so this will be 2. I don't know if she's gonna miss any of the other ones for whatever reason, but y'all know how Coco can be. I don't know. Maybe she's matured. Maybe she's been able to find ways around that and to prove that she could be where she needs to be, especially since it's not a full-out SWV show, because both parties, meaning both, you know, groups, have stated that they have never missed any of their shows. So I think that's amazing, and of course that's something to be commended. So we'll see how that goes, because like I said, since this is not an SWV show, anything can happen when it comes to Coco. Coco might be like, I ain't coming, because it ain't their show. So she's still, you know, keeping it real as far as what she's done in the past, which is being committed to her actual shows that are SWV headlining. So I get it. I would understand if that's what it was. Everybody performed and they did well, so SWV is very, very happy with their performance. And Lily, you know, she's like, I hope that this proves to them that we deserve to have this tour to get back on track with that. But, you know, pretty sure they're going to be like, nah, you have these other spot dates, so we're going to do that. And, you know, eventually they're supposed to go to Australia for those other spot dates. I think it's 2 of those. But in the meantime, Salt-N-Pepa have to get back to Vegas because they have to get ready for their soft launch of their actual residency. So it's like, and I mean, that's crazy because they're not even prepared. They have been spending so much time doing these spot dates and getting together with SWV that they have not prepared for their own actual show, which I think is ridiculous. But anyway, that's what's going on with that. So all the members of SWV met up and they were discussing how they felt everything went that the night prior, and of course there was a general consensus where everybody thought that they did an amazing job, which they did. But at the same time, they were just looking like, okay, I just don't like the fact that Jimmy done rolled up on us like, hey, we want you to do another song. Don't treat us like dogs and then be like, oh, you did good today, okay, we'll throw you another bone. We don't like that. You need to just give us the whole tour instead of saying, here goes some scraps. Don't treat us like dogs trying to give us scraps. And I get that. But at the same time, I feel like they got to be just a little bit more proven, showing and proving. Because I really feel like it would have been a lot easier and it would have been a better transition had Coco been present in the beginning and showed better dedication in the beginning, because a lot of these things would have been smoothed over a whole lot easier, and I don't feel like there would have been blowback and pushback and all that stuff from Jimmy or anybody else, because even the group members were looking at her sideways like, I don't know, we should do this, I don't know. So, and I mean, and I get that resistance. So, y'all, tell me why Taj brought up in the meeting that they were having, or whatever you want to say, their little moment they were having, after they discussed that, wanted to know, you know, what she thought about them doing a collaboration. And y'all know how picky and how fickle Coco can be. Coco said she was down for it, and I was shocked. I was like, really? Really, girl? I can't believe it. So she actually said that, you know, she was here for it. And so they were like, well, let's call Jimmy to let him know about us not agreeing to do right here. I mean, was it right here? Yeah, right here. And not agreeing to do, just agreeing to not do that. And actually the collaboration. And so then they were like, well, we can't talk to them right now. They're on their way to Vegas and they're on a plane, so they're going to talk about that. And so then they brought up a good thing, you know, to, you know, actually wonder about, like, who should they speak with? Should they speak with him, or should they speak with Salt-N-Pepa in regards to the collaboration? And I mean, since it seems like he has such a heavy influence, you would think, oh, well, no, you just need to ask the group members. You would think that would be the main thing that somebody would instantly say, but he has, like I said, he has so much influence, and he'll say things to them that never really cross their mind, no matter how small it may be. So, you know, they said, well, no, we ain't gonna go to him with that. We're gonna end up just going to them with that. So they might actually end up agreeing to do it, and then he'll be looking crazy like, what? And then I feel like what's gonna happen is he gonna find out that they said yes to a collaboration, but then not saying yes to doing one more song. And then it's gonna be back to square one. That's what I think will happen. So Salt-N-Pepa have landed in Las Vegas, and they're back just in time because they have to go over their steps and just get everything together. They have yet to see the finished product of their stage so that they can, actually start practicing, and they have to get ready for the soft launch, soft opening for their show. And they feel unprepared because they are unprepared. And then Salt said she feels as though they have overextended themselves, which they have, but I'm just like, I don't really have no sympathy because that's what y'all signed up for, and y'all will be alright. I feel like y'all will be alright. Y'all are older now, but at the same time, I feel like they'll be able to get through it. They got to work those kinks out. From the preview I saw, it's going to be rough. Or it's either really actually going to be a rough opening show or a soft launch, or it's just setting us up to make us think it's going to be rough, but then it's not. Kind of like how they did when they made it seem like Coco wasn't going to come through when she did. But we'll see. So Salt-N-Pepa, they were actually able to go and see how the stage was set up, and it was very nice. They had it where it says Salt-N-Pepa's I Love the 90s, and they had a big boom box set up where Spinderella would be, and like it looks really, really nice. It looks like it really would be how a throwback to the 90s would look. So they are pleased with it. Pepper was like, oh my gosh, I just saw all kinds of bits and pieces, but just to see it all together, oh my gosh. And so they were here for what Spinderella came from out of somewhere to myself. Y'all like my set? Y'all like my stage? I was like, girl, you ain't finna be here. But anyway, y'all, they liked it. So anyway, y'all, back in Atlanta, Lily, that is where her residence is at the moment. She lives in Atlanta, and that's where her little boy toy lives, and he goes by the name of Popeye. He's a personal trainer. And so she decided to pop up on him at his job where he was working out two ladies. And so he was finishing up his little moment with them. And she was like, I figured I'd pop up on him and I want to spend some time with him since we have a little break for the moment. I guess they have a break until whenever they go to Australia. So she popped up on him. And of course, he'll be a trainer. He did what he was going to do. He was still in work mode, and he had her working out, doing a little workout on the little machines and stuff. And that's when she told him about what was going on as far as how Jimmy came out of nowhere talking about he wanted to hear them do right here and incorporate that and all that. Y'all, whatever. So got to a point where he eventually was like, you need to stop pulling on that and start pulling on me. It's one of these machines. I don't know what it's called, but it's like ropes, and you pull them down like this, and you stay in a light lunge position, and you pull it down. And I think it works your lower back in a certain way and whatever. Y'all, I ain't done that in a long time. And it used to have regular, like, you know how like a lawnmower is? It had little things like that. I think some of the older machines still have it where you can do that, but now they have it where you can do it like this with ropes. So anyway, eventually she was just like, are you coming over later? And when he did say that little line, she was like, you better not be saying that to none of these women that you working out or whatever. He was like, oh no, baby, I save all that for you. And so she was like, but yeah, y'all, whatever. Y'all, SWV all met up in Coco's suite in Atlanta in order to call Jimmy to let him know that they are not trying to do the song right here. So they get him on the phone, and he tried to butter him up, talking about, I just don't want this to be a missed moment and all this other stuff. I really feel like this is a moment. I don't want this to be a missed moment. And they was just like, look here. If you ain't trying to give us no money, no extra money, and allow us to be co-headlining with Salt-N-Pepa, then I don't know what you're trying to get out of us, because you want too much. And then they were talking about how look, what's going on as far as the tour. And so, he sat up there and he was like, I feel like that's a tall order for y'all to want to co-headline with Salt and Pepper. And so Coco was like, well, what you mean? So of course they in their feelings, and he still was on it, talking about how he felt like they should do right here, and it's just something that should be added, and it would be amazing to fill out the show. And so Lily was like, look, if you ain't talking about the tour, then if there's no tour, then there is no right here. So I was like, I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad at all. Okay, y'all, so they are going down to the wire of this soft launch, and Peppa is trying to hype everybody up. That's a part of the crew, and everybody's here for it. So anyway, the night begins, and y'all know what they are known for. Y'all know some of the way that a lot of the songs and stuff start off. One of my favorite things is this. My mic sounds nice, check 1. My mic sounds nice, check 2. My mic sounds nice, check 3. Are you ready? Yeah, that didn't go off how it was supposed to go. Tell me why Salt came out there and did what she was supposed to do, where she said, my mic sounds nice, check 1. And then it did like a little echo of the 1, and she was just standing up there like this. And if I had to guess how long she was standing there, I feel like she was standing there about 5-10 minutes. Peppa was nowhere to be found. Peppa was in the back. All kinds of stuff was off. The way the music and the tempo and just everything was completely off. The way that everything is supposed to go in order. The wrong song was playing at one point in time that they were supposed to come out to. The stage went dark at one point in time, and it's just like, what in the world? Then when the stage wasn't dark, the little I was gonna say animatronics, but y'all know what I'm talking about. All the little lights and stuff that illuminate the I Love the 90s, Salt and Pepper, all that stuff, that thing got distorted. Like everything was towed down and stuff was skipping. It sounded like a scratch CD was up in there. I was like, what is going on? What is going on? It was towed down, y'all. I was just like, oh my gosh, it was bad. So they finally got that right with the when they do the song where they say, my mic sounds nice, check 1. They got that right. So then when they ended up going to push it, the song wouldn't play. Like, I was just like, what in the world? Man, tell me why Spinderella came from out of nowhere when she saw all the drama and all the stuff going wrong. And she was like, look, I go off of cues. I'm a DJ. The person who is with the union is not. He's just somebody who pressed buttons. And I mean, he just pressed whatever the track is that they tell him is supposed to be the next track. And a lot of stuff was not in rotation like it should have been, and a lot of stuff was not in sequence. A lot of stuff was just not flowing like it was supposed to, and it was just looking bad all around. But the only somewhat saving grace was the fact that this was for family, friends, and super fans who were willing to pay good money, I suppose, in order to see this very first show. Now, their next show that is really supposed to be the real show is like in a week or two. And it's bad, y'all. I just can't. Y'all, when it was over, Peppa was in the back. Not Pep. Salt was in the back. And Pep was trying to talk to her or whatever. Salt started crying. I said, oh gosh, y'all, it's bad. It looked real rough. So I don't know how it's going to go. It looked a mess. And I cannot. I just can't. It's going to be a mess, y'all. But anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this. Y'all have a good day, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.